Hey everybody, on today's video we're going to talk about the cattle and the cows being ornery. Alright, so I mentioned this one in a previous video. So they've been up the gates. So I'm going to have to fix those, well, replace them basically. And for right now, I threw in some electric fence to keep them away from here. And then that'll also work when I'm replacing the gates. So then then they won't get out while I'm doing that. That'll make that a little bit easier. But so we're at the time of year where all the grass is drying out, but the corn's not done, so we can't put them in the stocks yet. Now the neighbors are up doing beans right now, and so we're getting there. It's coming, but this last part of the year, and there's some flies out, and basically with that hurricane down south, I think it pushed all the flies as far north as it possibly could. But they're also picky. So we got some straight up grass and ditch hay. Yeah, they don't really like that. But boy, yeah, the flies are bad. Need to get them sprayed a little bit here. And there's a lot of fence to fix out here. Everybody's giving me a dirty look. But as you can see, so that's actually a ditch hay bale, I think. And that one that I just brought them is a brome and alfalfa mix. And for whatever reason, that is what they like. They won't eat the straight up alfalfa. They'll waste. They'll eat some of it, but they spread more of it than they eat. Whereas with that one, they'll eat that almost down to nothing. So yeah, so we're at that time of year where it's just, they're a lot of fun, aren't you, Bootsy? Oh, yeah, okay, I gotta get them sprayed too. Get some fly spray on them. They love that. We haven't had, oh man, I guess we had like 3 raindrops last weekend. Otherwise, there hasn't been hardly any rain. So everything's all dry too. The cattle yard is just super dry. Now, does that help get the corn ready for harvest? Yeah, it does. Does it shave some of the yield off? More than likely, it probably does that too. And the beans, will you get some smaller beans? Probably on the top of the plant. More than likely, you will too when we get this super heat. And it's not too windy right now, which is a change because it had been super windy. The last 3 weeks basically. So a nice day here without so much wind. And as I look around, there's this ton of fence I need to work on, which is, as you know, my favorite thing in the world to do. We got plenty of bean bales left from last year, so I shouldn't need to make any more of those for this year. And but yeah, we got cows are doing their input on the video here. But man, they love that brome alfalfa mix. That's their favorite. And as you can see, they're starving. Fat buggers. And if I don't get them the dinner bale on time, then all the exterior fence, then they're working on escape. So I'll know exactly where my fence issues are if I'm an hour late on getting them a new bale. And they will let me know instantaneously that I need to do that. There's not any rain in the forecast anytime soon, so that's not going to change any. Yeah, it's just that, people talk about the dog days of summer. Honestly, I think for out on the farm. It's really more the dog days of fall when we're still warm. It is cooling off at night. I think next week be down in the 40s and then 70s for highs, but we've still been in the 80s this week. It's, you know, it's plenty warm, and again, drying things out, which helps with harvest, but it's horrible for the grass. You know, it's all dormant. It makes the cows crabby, and they just yeah, they get mean. They tear up my gates, which makes more expense and more work, and that's never fun. But they are cute, and you know, the steers do taste good, so there's always that. Yeah, we got yeah, you can't tell those two are related at all. It doesn't like a good side there. But the barn's gonna need another paint job here again, luckily. So at our 17th anniversary here last week, so you know, is it gold, is it diamond? No, so the 17th anniversary is paint sprayer. Oh, I got Lizzie a paint sprayer for our anniversary, and we're still married, so it must not have been the worst present that I ever got her. But yeah, I don't know that everybody else was impressed with my gift. Well, Dad was, actually. Dad was. He's like, ooh, I've been looking at them. So got a paint sprayer. We'll have to try it out here on the barn. I think, because she's got those license plates on there, I think what we'll do is we'll just tape them off rather than take them down. So this barn has seen way better days, and I'm not sure if we unscrew them, if there'll be something to screw back into. Because it's getting to that point where it has seen better days. It used to be, so where all this concrete is, it used to be a big dairy barn, you know, with the hayloft and everything. And then back, I can't remember when it was, the 80s or back when we were kids, the neighbors who had this place then made it smaller and then used the wood to build the garage over there. So it's not that it went to waste or that it fell down, but now, you know, as you can maybe see, the concrete's leaning, and you know, it's just getting even dry rotted inside. So there's just not much to where would you start? What would you keep? What would you fix? Now, that doesn't mean we're tearing it down anytime soon, but we're not really going to add on to it or anything. And eventually down the road, we probably will, hopefully, be able to put a new one up. But there you go. There's a look at the cows and the grass, which isn't doing great. And that's where we are for right now. So, as always, take care. And thanks for watching.